Good morning, everybody. This particular morning was a good morning indeed. Sometimes I just get the urge to film nothing in particular, and I personally think the nothing in particular content can sometimes be some of the most interesting. Just to look into our not so average lives. Average in that we do everything anyone else does in their homes and in their routines, but in kind of different ways. She's always confused why we come out here and sit. This pooper, by the way, is not permanent. This is not going to be our forever pooper outside. We do have our septic permit pulled. Our house is just not done, so we have a temporary toilet until then.
Rainbow trout and a hummingbird wing. Golden, I follow golden. Golden thing.
I think the reason I've always loved to film my morning beverages is because it's my very favorite part of my whole 24-hour day. Nothing beats it. Just me, morning sunlight, warm drink. I make cacao if I want to journal, get my creative juices flowing, or I just make coffee. No rules. Like on this morning, I was being kind of a wild girl and I added chai to my cacao. No rules. Now, it's the start of a brand new year, as we all know. I can't remember if I talked last year or the year before about this thing I do every year for the last 7 or 8 years. It's called the Compass Year in Review. It's a free printout of journaling prompts to help you reflect on the past year and ideate for the year ahead. I don't have a printer, so I always just write the prompts in the back of whatever journal I'm in at the time. I go through a little more than a journal a year. Love it. I love reflecting on past words I've written. And speaking of my words, I talk a great deal in this video. I don't know where it came from, but like I said, sometimes I get the urge to film nothing in particular, and here we are. I hope you enjoy.
Gold birds, gold string, gold words, gold anything, golden. I follow only golden.
Pilot, what are you doing? Come here. Pilot, come. Good girl.
Hi, baby. Hi, Tiny. Hi, Tiny big girl. That's a good spot.
If you saw our new puppy video, the video when we got Pilot, we talked about why we named her Pilot. We've been saying her name a lot, and we've been thinking about the possibilities of becoming pilots. I think it's more possible, like financially, for only one of us to do it at a time. And that, I think, would be Barron to start, because we want to have a baby sometime, and I'd probably want to be focusing on a baby instead of a plane. But it's just crazy how attainable goals like this are. It seems like such a dream, such an unattainable dream that's like a pipe dream, but so was building our own house, and so was living in a camper, getting land, having a German Shepherd. All these things just seemed like crazy pipe dreams, and we're living all of them out right now.
Having a turbo Subaru? That was Elsa's dream, always has been.
So why not take the idea, the goal, the dream of becoming pilots more seriously? We've been looking into it a little bit more lately, and there's no thing stopping us from just doing it except for finances.
It doesn't need to be something that we're like focused on for another 5 years.
Well, because we've got to build a house and everything.
Yeah, we've got a lot to do. But to start cooking on it, and I could even start like slowly flying on occasion or something.
We just need to find a flight school, a plane, teacher, an instructor. And I don't know, maybe we go like book an Airbnb for a month and you can just take a month worth of lessons.
Yeah, in the next few years, I think, well, we're tight on cash with the house and everything, but eventually we could do that.
How cool would that be?
Pretty good.
Will it be? It will happen, I'm sure.
You should do your face different.
Good boy. Hi! Let's go! Good girl! Come on! I've never had a dog before. I grew up with a wiener dog, and then Camp is more of a cat than a dog. So the way that she stays close and runs back to check in with me, the way that she listens, if I tell her to go pee, she'll go pee kind of thing. It's amazing. It's so cool. I would really like to teach her how to fetch Camp. I don't know what the command would be, but first teach her how to fetch an object, then teach her how to grab the handle of Camp's backpack, then put Camp's backpack on and teach her how to grab it. I think that'd be hilarious. Because look, Camp is still such a wanderer. Camp! Hey! Where are you going? Good girl, Pilot. Good girl. Pilot! Good girl. Good girl. She's hunting Camp. Our neighbor always makes us soup and gives us milk and tinctures and everything. She always gives it to us in jars. And I always end up using the jars for different things and don't give them back to her. So I bought her a package of them. And I'm gonna go deliver these plus some jars for raw milk that she's gonna pick up for me tomorrow from one of our other neighbors. Woo! Gotta pull over to take a potty break. Whoa, that is deep snow. Final stop. This wasn't exactly something we'd planned on doing today, but we always ideate and come up with like game plans for our lives when we go on long drives, which is regularly because it takes so long to get anywhere where we live. That's how we like it. So it hasn't been a wash of a day, that's for sure.
What's your word for last year?
Last year, our little neighbor friend died, so I didn't have a chance. I couldn't really make it happen to come up with a word, but my sister asked now what would be my word for 2022, and my word would have been, I think, build. We built literally our house, but we also built all these friendships and community. The people who influenced me most I met in 2022, so that's pretty sweet.
Mine's similar, but roots is mine for last year. Just because whether it be with community or physically building the things that we're living in and all that, it was very much establishing roots.
Going forward for 2023, my word is no. really prioritizing our time.
Kind of following the hell yes or no
Yes.
ideology.
If it's not a hell yes, it's a no. I understand that there is a place and a time for saying yes to everything. Like when I was getting into the film world as an intern, taking any job that I could and saying yes to anything was very important. But now I'm kind of past that, and I need to prioritize everything that we've got going on. I just want to buckle down, and if it isn't exactly on track with what our intentions are and what we're trying to get done, it needs to not happen. And I want to be able to give myself permission to say no.
My word is heal for this year, because my body's just beat up from living how we have for the last few years and working on the house and everything. And just my whole life has been hard on my body since I was a kid. So I would like to heal old injuries and new injuries this year.
We just got home. Barron actually left again to go take some trash to the dump. And I'm feeding Pilot in a knotted towel. She got the knot out, obviously. But this takes her about 10 or 15 minutes, depending on like how tight I do the knot and how much I roll it up. I put her meals in here. She has 3 meals a day. I guess they call this enrichment. I don't know that it's quite that enriching, but helps her eat slowly, and using her sniffer really tires out her brain. We haven't shown the inside of the A-frame, or frankly the outside of the A-frame much, because it's not done. It's just kind of chaos. Storage options are pretty limited. We have stuff everywhere. Barron did a great job working on these shelves with his dad and with Mike, and so we do store some stuff up here and up here. But our next big project is finishing the A-frame, because let's be honest, we need the outside of the A-frame to look aesthetic so that we can take nice thumbnails for YouTube. Otherwise, the aesthetics, I wish I cared more about the aesthetics of things. We're more so interested in the functionality, but the stuff in here is not exactly functional either. We're gonna be building a big bench here because this will eventually be a guest space, and we wanna be able to have 2 people sleeping upstairs, and then maybe a person sleeping here on like a twin size bed, and then someone could even roll out a mat on the floor. We have a bunch of CDX plywood sitting outside ready to go. We just haven't been here to have a chance to create it. And while this space is much bigger than the Scamp, it's still super small, and it's still, in my opinion, pretty interesting that we live full-time in here. So I'd like to be showing it more, but we haven't wanted to quite yet, until it's a little bit more polished. But you will be seeing in upcoming videos the process of doing all of this. Yeah, so stay tuned for all of that. Just took a walk down to get the mail. Good girl! Playing fetch as we go. I'm reading about feng shui for our house. And follow this guy on Instagram, Cliff10. I really hope that you enjoyed today's video. Don't forget that over on elsarhae.com we've got stickers, pins, car magnets, sometimes even jewelry. So go check it out and get yourself something special. We will see you in the next video.